got trouble. Oh, we got trouble. Right here in River City. Right here in River City. We're the capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands.
Understanding the experience economy affects both the content of what we deliver as well as the design of our technology, of our rooms, of the iPads, of these things that involve the user experience. When I'm giving an orientation to doing their class over video, I bring this up. If you are going to be in a situation where you're going to lose active participation from your students, you, by God, better be entertaining or you're going to lose them. And this is why. This is a way to understand why this stuff happens. How about when you're in an immersive telepresence room and a cell phone goes off? Immersive telepresence has a large escapist element in it. It's got this immersive part where you're into the experience. But a cell phone going off is an element that comes into you, that you absorb. When that happens, these educational and entertainment parts become a little bit more predominant. So what do you do practically if you're in an immersive telepresence meeting and it's hot and heavy and the cell phone goes off? Acknowledge that your meeting has just shifted into this upper half and make a joke out of it. Or learn something from it. You've learned, all right, we forgot to silence our cell phones. So this gives a context for the things, many of the things that we already do. But it comes at it from an experiential standpoint, which can then fill in other aspects that we don't talk about to bring greater value. Moving on to themes. But a theme gives a consistent feel to an experience. Here are some possible themes that work in video conferencing. I mentioned the airline theme. Jules in the class yesterday mentioned Club Corp. That their theme, although she didn't necessarily say it that way, was consistent quality. If you have a theme to your rooms, if you have a theme to your service, most of us do, it's kind of in our business values and our core values, maintaining consistency to that theme is critical in developing that higher value. But the most important part is look at what your theme is. If it was the airline theme, if you had something in that room that didn't look like it belonged in an airplane, it needed to go. That's eliminating negative cues. And the cues that are positive, that work with that theme, they need to be in harmony. They need to work together to make a great theme. Again, Disney is the epitome of delivering this kind of experience and these kinds of themes. Now I'm encouraging you to think about themes that are appropriate in your environments. How can you improve the themes of your rooms, of your desktop video, of all these things that you work with? Customizing the experience. Remember the Burger King slogan? This is part of the Burger King experience. You know that if you go there as opposed to McDonald's, they're supposed to be really friendly about giving you a custom burger. The American Girl shop, you go in there and build your own doll. And do you know how much people pay for these dolls? It's outrageous. And then they sit down and have tea with them. And back when we were at Anaheim in the Disney World, they have this construct your own car thing. These are great examples of a customized experience. And my challenge to you is, how do you bring greater value by allowing your customer experience to be customized? I don't have the answers. There's a lot that we can do in our world to customize things. Maybe it's through better intuitive touchscreen interfaces. I don't know. There are probably lots of things we can do here to improve the customization. But like I said, it's got to scale. It's got to happen on a mass deployment scale, otherwise it's just not going to work. A more memorable measure than customer satisfaction is customer sacrifice. Customer satisfaction, what the customer expects to get, less what they perceive they got. I expect to get a great cup of coffee from Starbucks, and it came out cold. So I've got some issues with customer satisfaction. Another way to measure, a more memorable measurement, is sacrifice. What the customer wants exactly, and they may not know what they want. We've all experienced that. I need a teleconference when they really need a streaming thing set up. Less what they actually settle for. And over time, when they settle and settle and settle, they stop asking for what they really want. And that's the sacrifice. Does it sound familiar? Vendors need to listen to this. As deliverers of service, if we want to deliver an experience, we need to be cognizant of this, that our customers are sacrificing and they stop telling us about it because they've gotten so used to it. Polycom finally heard the issue about how many buttons are on that remote control. They did something about it. But when was the last complaint they had about it? I don't know. What the customer wants exactly, and sometimes we know better what they want than they do, versus what they settle for, and they stop becoming vocal.
You got trouble. Right here in River City. We're the capital T in that